Let's get ready with me as I have dinner date with my friends. We're going to celebrate the September babies along with my boyfriend because he's one too. Now, let's start with a primer. I'm using this shower wheel. It's actually good with my oily skin. Also, you might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to use a second primer because I have redness all over my face. And this ZZ primer actually helps to lessen it. I don't know if it will work, but yeah. Next, I'm going to use the clear eyebrow gel from Happy Skin. Perfect while waiting for the primer to dry. Then I'm going to use these stroke color correctors. Usually I'm mixing them with concealer, but now I'm going to use them as is because my redness is really bad this time. Then the peach color from my eye bags. Look at the difference. It hides my eye bags. Gonna blend. Next, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible in 2 shades because I'm going to mix them to get the perfect shade match for my skin. I just put 2 drops because a little goes a long way with this one. You can see that it's enough for my whole face. So I'm just going to blend it first with my finger and then use the brush after. Because in that way, I'm conserving the product, I guess. Next is the L'Oreal Concealer because my acne dark spots are still visible. I should have put the product first on the back of my hand and then used the brush to put it a little bit on my face. Well, my mistake. I'm brushing off the excess product, as you can see. And to make my nose smaller, I'm highlighting where it creates a shadow because my nose is unconventionally wide. Going back to blend the concealer, which I left a little bit so that the product will concentrate more in the area. And now it's time for the contouring. I'm using this stroke brand in the mochaccino shade, a cool tone to sculpt my oval-shaped face. I'm going to put it a little bit higher on my cheekbone. Of course, can't forget to put something on my jawline. Especially, I have double chin. We need to hide them. Blend again, and as much as possible in upper strokes. And now, the hardest part for me is contouring my nose. I think it's really tricky for me. I'm focusing on the tip since I don't have a pointy nose, so that's what we're trying to achieve. Highlighting again. Now for a bronzer, I'm using the shade Cinnamon, again from Strokes. I'm putting them on my temples to make me look livelier. It's me just jamming. Of course, it's much better to do your makeup with music on. It's now time for my blush. I'm using this one and done stick from Vice Cosmetics. It's in the shade Dawnish. I'm going to put it in this area as much as possible because I've watched a makeup tutorial video that says you have to stop putting your blush all over your cheeks if your goal is not to make your face wider. It's now time for powders. I'm using this Wet n Wild contour palette in Dulce de Leche. I'm using a 1 shade for contour. Next, don't forget the nose. I'm using a blush powder from Ever Bilena in the shade Dazzling Barbie. Okay, now time for the face powder. I'm using this BYS in light neutral. It is a clean pressed powder foundation. I'm just putting it under my eye, at the center of my forehead, highlighting my nose, and here on the chin. Next, I'm going to use the Nichido baking powder all over my face. For my eyebrows, I'm using the Happy Skin Micro Tip Brow Pencil in the shade Natural Brown. It's very easy to use and I really like the color of this one. For my eyeshadow, I'm using an old Nichido contour palette. First, I'm going to use the light brown shade. I'm going to put it all over my eyelids. And as you can see, I'm using my finger because I've lost my blending brushes. Next is the darker shade. I'm only putting it on the outer part. Find any darker shade. I use this one from Clinique eyeshadow palette. Then for my lower lash, I'm going to put the darker shade. So I'm using a flat brush like this. I'm only putting them until in the middle. Now, I have this MAC eyeshadow palette. I mixed the gold and brown shimmer eyeshadow. Ta-da! Now, a gel eyeliner from Easy in the shade Diva. because it stays longer to me than a normal eyeliner since I have oily skin and get easy to sweat. Now I'm going to use the BLK gel liner in linen beige. It's creamier so it's easy to put it on my waterline. Looks so good! Don't forget to curl your eyelashes first before putting mascara on. That's a must. I've decided to put the brown eyebrow gel. Sometimes I'm skipping this, but I'm feeling myself now, so why not? For my favorite part, putting highlights on the inner corner of my eyes because it really lightens my face. Ta-da! And of course, putting highlights where the light naturally hit my face. I forgot to record how I put my lipstick, but here's the combo. It is Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink and the lip liner from Vice Cosmetics in the shade Kisses It. Lastly, don't forget the setting spray, and it's done. Here's my look for the night. I'm feeling myself obviously. Bye! Mwah! And thank you for watching.
Kasi pag full friendship sila.